the estate of the $100 million mega mansion Opus. American real estate developer and former movie producer Niall Niami has built and sold multi-million-dollar homes in the Los Angeles neighborhoods of Bel Air and Holmby Hills. Niami began his career in the film business as a producer before he built modest condominiums and renovated houses to sell. He produced 15 films, some of which were B-movies. As a real estate developer in Los Angeles, the Ambi built a home in Holmby Hills, which he sold in 2014 to a Saudi buyer for $44 million. He built another property in Holmby Hills, which was purchased for $39 million by musician Sean Combs. He also commissioned architect Paul McLean to design a home for Cameron and Tyler Wilkovos in the Bird Street neighborhood north of Sunset Boulevard. He built a home in Truesdale Estate, a Beverly Hills area with a spinning automobile turntable similar to those used in auto showrooms visible from the living room. Niall, the Army, stated earlier this week that his famed Opus house in Beverly Hills has been sold. The 20,000 square foot mega mansion, which was originally purchased for $100 million, sold for around $40 million in a deal that included both the property and several costly accessories, which were sold separately. According to Niami, perhaps La's best-known developer of extravagant spec mansions, the overall value of the sale exceeded $50 million. Moreover, the transaction was completed without the use of any realtors. The house was secretly resold for $38.3 million. In a deal recorded last week, according to county authorities, with a $28.6 million mortgage. A limited liability corporation protects the new owner. The actual narrative, however, is far more complicated. The existing house, a modern single-story structure erected in 1963, and commissioned spec estate architect Paul McLean to design a 20,000 contemporary mansion with 2 swimming pools, 2 kitchens, acres of glass walls, and a subterranean auto museum. Opus was originally supposed to sell for $40 million. According to the Army, in 2014, though fellow developer Bruce Murkowski sold the similarly sized property next door to Minecraft billionaire Marcus Persson for a record-breaking $70 million. Setting similarly high expectations for the Army's own spec project, the Army brazenly announced in 2016 that he would seek $90 million for the house. The market for glassy spec mansions had cooled by then, and no bidder had emerged before the latest $38.3 million transfer, a massive 61.7% discount off the asking price. England's time is ticking under the weight of a huge mortgage, so it's unlikely that he'll spend any time completing his planned upgrades and enhancements before the end of 2020. The public will most certainly see a familiar, all that slightly nipped and tucked residential face return to the market, hoping for a less icy response. According to listing records on Zillow, the 7-bedroom, 11-bathroom hillside mega mansion, a contemporary glass and polished stone monster created by architect Paul McLean and converting more than 22,000 square feet, was seeking $59.9 million when it went under contract earlier this month, according to a spokeswoman for the property. The final sale price includes the home's furniture. The well-known spec home by Niall Niami, a mega mansion developer, debuted 3 years later with an unabashedly sensual production video featuring models covered in gold paint strolling about its lavish furnishings. The Mars ladies marched through a temperature-controlled wine cellar with mixed drinks behind a full-service bar and draped themselves over luxury sports cars in a showroom-sized garage. According to Variety, which first reported the mansion had gone into contract, the residence has now undergone significant aesthetic adjustments, including the conversion of a specialized champagne refrigerator into a temperature control pantry. A literary or musical composition is defined as an opus. The seductive soundtrack plays in the Army's enticing $100 million Beverly Hills custom mansion. Viewers of his seductive teaser would have smoked a cigarette thereafter if it had been 40 years ago. That is how it was done in Old Hollywood. The new owner, whose legal name is Ben Fencing and who goes by the Americanized moniker Josephine, is from the affluent San Gabriel Valley city of San Marino, where she lived for more than 2 decades. In one of the neighborhood's largest and most lavish estates, which she custom built herself. Hence the buyer is Bin Fan Chong, a well-known real estate investor.